let's talk about confidence, because it is a building block. I mean, I think everybody agrees in the sporting arena that, my gosh, the best athletes are confident athletes. Now, confidence, as Joe Montana once said, is a fragile thing. It sort of ebbs and flows. How do you, as a coach, develop confidence, and how much do you pull from the sports psychology literature on that, or the sports psychology models on that?
Great.
Yeah.
Always thinking about confidence. Again, checking in with my players. I like to do it in some way, whether it's just reading body language when they walk into practice or having a one-on-one. But I think back to something I remember, the feedback sandwich, or a positive sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it only has one slice of bread that's positive instead of the two, but I'm constantly churning and trying to generate something positive that I can say to a player.
To help them absorb both.
To know that, look, I care about you and I believe in you and I'm going to push you, but you're doing this well. I need you to work on this. Your teammate needs you to work on this. But at the end of the day, hopefully something positive came out of it, and that's going to bring him back the next day and increase his intrinsic motivation based on an external reward, whether it was the positive feedback sandwich from his coach or another.
How about in practice? How do you set up your practices to help develop confidence? Now, here's one of the things I know about you is looking over your stats. Caltech right now is one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country right now. Their confidence is pretty high. The game that we went to yesterday that I was able to attend, you guys had hit a ton of three-pointers. And I know that you were disappointed because they hit below your season average. And
below our goal, right.
Yeah. But how do you develop the confidence in their shot? I mean, let's just use that. So how do you set up practice doing that?
Well, one of our goals this year was to shoot a lot of shots every day.
Yeah.
And not just going through the motions, but we set up games and challenges for them so that it's motivating individually, but also on a team basis. Most of what we do in practice, there's a winner and a loser, and it's a contest.
Okay.
To up the ante and put a little bit of pressure.
Game pressure on
them. So we try to simulate that. And shooting, I mean, it's obviously repetition and physical, but when we're doing shooting drills, I like our staff to be coaching the shooting drill too, even though it can be a monotonous and mundane sort of activity because it's the same thing every time. But you want the players to feel the energy.
Okay. So it's about putting them in that performance state, which is fantastic. Love to hear that, because you're creating that arousal level that you're not just going to get when you're just shooting random shots. You're putting them in a competitive state here, so that arousal level is going to be higher.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're giving them opportunities to have some success.
Right.
And so that you're building that mastery experience. That's fantastic.